My name is Reva Stone. I've been an artist for, 30 some odd years. After about 3 years out of art school, I became really interested in computer technology, and I became very interested in looking at the ideas that technology was introducing that was changing how we lived in the world. And so I had to learn to use a computer, and I worked with programmers because I wanted to use the technology that I was talking about in the actual work to critique it. So then I did that for a long time. I've done a lot of interactive work, and mostly every single bit of it it sort of looks at the consequences of using technology in different ways. I first met Anita about a year before she came up with the idea of a collaborative project. And I liked the idea when she presented it to me, and I was in from the beginning. I did the room reflect. All I knew at first was that we were making a space, and for some reason, I needed to use a sink. And I bought myself a secondhand sink, and I struggled with it incredibly because it was a different way of working for me, using an object. And I'm so idea-driven that I had to get a concept that I could impose on it. And I eventually came up with the idea that it was a reflective surface, and that I would put reflective lettering on it to reflect even the viewer when they look at it, and that the idea behind it was like the process of all the thoughts that went into making the work. So each word represents sort of a stage in the development of the work. And I made those on the machine that can cut out letters, and glued them very carefully over a long period of time. I glued it onto the front of it. To make it a room, I still wanted everything to be silver, so I painted some furniture and only ended up using a little rocking chair for her to sit in, for Sarah, the character. And it has 3 chandeliers to light it because it also reflects in the room. When I made the sink work, it was I really struggled with it, and I didn't know why. And then I realized it was like static. It wasn't a moving piece. It wasn't anything like anything I'd made, because I've always worked with some form of interactivity or video projections, and I thought about projecting onto it, but then, I had to deal with the fact that Anita had a character that was a video. So it took me a while to figure out what I was going to do with it. And it looks really simple, this sink and the words, but boy, it took me a long time to get there. I would like to thank Anita. I mean, she was the driving force behind this. And I'd like to thank the other women for just the fun we had together.